Kalman says the benefits can also help autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis and Hashimoto's, the most common cause of a low thyroid. Here's how. The walls of a healthy gut are made up of tiny holes, allowing vital nutrients to flow to other parts of the body. An unhealthy gut causes large openings to form, allowing big proteins to escape. The immune system sees these as foreign and attacks them and other tissues that might resemble them, like our thyroid. The good news? A leaky gut can be repaired.
The microbiome is a key player in healing Crohn's disease and colitis and irritable bowel syndrome.
Weight loss expert Dr. Vincent Pedre says maintaining the proper mix of bacteria helps prevent obesity.
When your gut is healthy, it's much easier for your body to maintain a healthy weight.
In a landmark study, researchers took identical twins with the same DNA, although one was obese and the other thin. They put gut bacteria from each twin into germ-free mice. The animals with the obese twins' microbiome became obese, while those that received the thin twins' bacteria remained thin. This result, although the mice ate the same food. In his book, Happy Gut, Dr. Pedre explains since 80% of the immune system is located along the boundary of the gut, a healthy one can prevent everything from infections to rashes.
Which could appear like eczema on your skin, hives, could be allergies, asthma, even migraines are connected to poor gut health.
Even though our gut and brain are far apart, one of the gut's key functions is preventing problems with the way we think and feel, everything from depression to Alzheimer's. In his book Brain Maker, Dr. David Perlmutter explains how an internal superhighway called the gut-brain axis helps make neurotransmitters and vitamins that can ward off neurological issues like ADHD, Parkinson's, even autism.
A recent study that appeared in a well-respected peer-reviewed medical journal actually looked at giving children with autism a fecal transplant, transplanting into them healthy gut bacteria. It was a small study, only 20 participants, but the results were really quite dramatic.
So while Hippocrates, the father of medicine, said all disease begins in the gut, today's health experts agree, adding the opposite is true. All disease can be prevented in the gut.
Laurie Johnston's with us. Laurie, this is a breakthrough. This is cutting-edge medicine.
That's right. Dr. Kalman said out of all the medical research done anywhere in the last 7 years, this ranks as the most important.
Laurie, you know, I watch television, and most people do. The airways are filled with advertising for people that have all these irritated bowel and colitis and all this stuff. And all those medicines are not going to do the job.
Well, they could do the job. There is scientific evidence, but all medicines have side effects.
Yeah.
And this is another way to do the job. This requires, in some cases, a little bit more work, a little bit of self-control, but we have that, right? And it's worth it.
All right, well now, the whole idea of let's build a healthy gut. We've got this book. In this book, ladies and gentlemen, we've offered many things on the years we've been here, over 50 years. We had more response for this than anything we have ever offered. It jammed our telephones. Build a Better Gut. It's the book that Laurie and her team have put together. It's fabulous. And we'll make that available to you free if you want it. So just call in. Now listen, we've got something called prebiotics. We've got something called probiotics. So we're going to start building this healthy gut. Tell us about the two of them. What are they?
Well, they're equally important. The probiotics are the actual live bacteria that we put into our gut. Probiotics. Prebiotics are the foods that they eat, the fertilizer, if you will. So it's good to think of it like a garden. The probiotics are the seeds, and the prebiotics are the fertilizer.
The little fellas have to feed on something. You put them in your gut, and what do they eat?
They eat fiber mostly. Now, their favorite foods are these right here.
What?
These are raw, everybody knows what this is, raw asparagus.
Yeah.
But these might not be so recognizable. This is called jicama. You can get it at the grocery store in the produce department. It's delicious. Eat it raw. This is bacteria is one of their favorite foods. And then these, I don't know if you'll recognize these, are dandelion greens.
Come on, Dan.
I know, I eat these every single day in my salad. I buy them at the grocery store, but if you're on a budget, you can go to your neighbor's yard and pick them right out. These are actual dandelion greens.
My
So the neighbor who used to have dandelions, you would get upset about now that that person can feed you.
What's that?
And now this is a supplement of prebiotic fiber.
Uh-huh.
And we saw Dr. Perlmutter just a moment ago. This is his brand. And these are, if you don't want to go to the trouble of buying the prebiotic foods, you can just take a scoop of this and put it in some water or your smoothie or whatever.
Start off, this is what the little fellas that we want to have in our gut, this is what they eat. And don't they like things like fiber and stuff like that?
Absolutely, and this is all fiber. These are their favorite foods.
Okay.
But it's just like fertilizer. You know, all fertilizer is good, but some is better than other. Same thing with the prebiotic fiber. So any vegetable is good. Fresh fruits, anything that has fiber, that's what our microbiome, that's what our good bacteria love to eat.
Okay.
And they need that food because, you know, if you're just taking a probiotic and you don't feed them any food, those little guys die.
We gotta look after them. All right, now the probiotics are what everybody talks about, and there's some that are in refrigerators. But I've read one of your experts indicates that the ones that they're so fragile they might die. Talk about that.
Right, news update. They don't have to be refrigerated anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now it used to be the way it was because see, this is a hot new field now and it's
Yes.
changing by the day.
Okay.
And so now manufacturers have made probiotics that are more shelf stable.
What-
So I still buy the refrigerated kind.
Well,
This is the kind and I'm not pushing this, and believe me, I don't get any money for this. Again, this is my buddy, Dr. Perlmutter. This is his brand, but there are many, many other good brands out there.
It's Garden of Life.
Hmm.
And you get that in the grocery store, that's in the
That's in the refrigerator.
refrigerator or the health food store.
Right, that's true. But you don't have to get that brand, and you don't have to get the
There's
refrigerated
100
ones.
billion of these little fellows with every 3 pills.
That's right, and that's the 100 billion of them. But what you really want to look for are as many strains as possible, as many species, if you will, different types of bacteria.
What else you got here? You got yogurt and some other stuff.
Right, now these are foods that also have the live bacteria in them, so they're probiotic foods.
Okay.
It's bad for your gut. Now here's some things that people might not recognize. This is called kombucha. It's really great. It has healthy bacteria. And have you ever had it?
No.
Have you ever drunk it? It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's kind of an acquired taste. When I first,
They make it
well, it's fermented.
yeah.
So at first, it kind of tastes like fruity beer. Not that I've ever had beer. I've been told that it tastes like fruity beer.
It's okay.
So,
You're allowed.
anyway, these are more fermented vegetables. Kimchi, these happen to be fermented beets. They're delicious. But again, it's kind of an acquired taste. At first when I had kombucha and also kimchi, I was wondering if it was supposed to taste that way, and it is. But now I love it. I crave it, in fact. So these are some probiotic foods.
So you need both. You need, and we're talking about billions of. I mean, we just not a few of them. It's billions of these little fellows.
That's right, and there are about 200 different strains, and we want to think about it like a garden. We want to have as many different varieties as possible, and so a lot of different strains, those are what we want, and we want a lot of them.
How many diseases do you think that this will alleviate? We're talking about cancer, we're talking about heart disease, we're talking about colitis, we're talking about Alzheimer's, we're talking about Parkinson's, all that stuff.
All of that stuff, especially brain diseases. Now, you and I have talked at length about what messes up your gut,
Yeah,
and we know the number one culprit are those antibiotics.
absolutely.
Yeah, see now antibiotics by very definition kill our bacteria.
And that includes the good ones. Now, sometimes we have to take antibiotics, of course, if it's a life or death situation. A lot of times we take antibiotics when we don't need them. For example, if we have a viral infection.
Well, doctors used to give them to kids, like candy, and dentists are fabulous for giving those things because they've got an infected tooth, and here's a course, and you say, okay, well, the dentist just gave it to me, but that'll kill every good bacteria in your gut.
It really will, and so we need to use them judiciously. As a matter of fact, new research shows that 2 courses of antibiotics increase your chance for depression by 50%. And we talked in the piece about the link between our gut health and our brain, our mood, Alzheimer's. This has been proven.
You think some of these shootings that took place, these people were mentally defective as part of this?
You wonder, because the evidence is so clear that our gut microbiome just so closely resembles our mental health. So I would encourage everybody to give it a try, improve your gut bacteria and see how it works.
I would recommend, antibiotics, I think, don't do it, but if you're going to have to do it, if they insist on it, I would take a whole bunch of these pills, these probiotic pills.
That's one of the main questions that these gut experts are asked. What if I have to take an antibiotic? And they will say, as soon as your antibiotic is finished, as soon as you're finished taking it, really load up on those probiotics and, of course, the prebiotics.
What are you doing? You look wonderful.
I take lots of probiotics. I eat probiotic food and prebiotics. Don't forget the prebiotics.
You're a walking billboard. All right. This is called Build a Better Gut, folks. We have, as I say, of all the things we've ever offered, we had more response for this than anything we ever, over years, have ever offered. We'll give this to you free if you want to build a better gut, but think of all the diseases that you can take care of if you got the right gut bacteria, including leaky gut. And it's just all